Hey guys, what is going on? PAYTON here once again, and welcome back to my Manchester United career on FIFA 14. It's all been happening recently, hasn't it, with this career mode save. As you saw in the last episode, I quit my job as the Holland manager. I'm done with that, just want to be concentrating on United. Whether I do this for another season, I'm not too sure. We're just going to have to see how it pans out. So my first game we played away against Aston Villa ended a draw. I was gutted that we could only add a point to the board. Then we finally beat QPR in our first home game of the season, ended 2-1. Van Persie, he has managed to score in every game so far, whether it just be one or maybe two goals. Then up next for United, it was a journey to Anfield, 30 miles away from Manchester to play against Liverpool, our bitter rivals. And a win here I knew would be difficult, but if we could get all 3 points, it would set us on our way towards maybe lifting that trophy come the end of the season. Now, half an hour into the game, Robin Van Persie had the ball in his possession, ran it into the box, and did you see the shirt pulling going on there? I didn't take a shot. I was thinking at the time, I'll take a shot from here and see what happens, but in a way, I don't know, something was telling me, hold back, let him keep pulling your shirt. I mean, the referee gave the advantage, but Kelly was so adamant that he was going to keep pulling on Van Persie's shirt, and eventually conceded a penalty for his side. And Robin Van Persie was, of course, going to step up and take it, but would Mignolet manage to save it? No, he couldn't. Robin Van Persie finding the bottom right hand corner, making it 1-0 to United, and celebrating in front of the United fans up the corner there at Anfield. Oh, and whilst I think about it, guys, do stay tuned to this episode because you're not going to want to miss out on this. I'm sure some of you actually follow me on Twitter as well. You saw my tweet that I put out the other day that I had one of those games, and it was against Inter Milan in the Champions League group stages. So you're not going to want to miss out on that, as you'll see all the highlights from that game. Now, going back to this game against Liverpool, it was Juan Mata that made it 2-0 to Manchester United. Things were certainly going from bad to worse for the home team. It was a joy to behold, celebrating in front of the away fans once again. But look at Wayne Rooney, look at the space that Juan Mata was allowed there. The likes of Skirtle, Kelly, unable to pick him out and just, you know, put pressure on him to stop him from getting that goal. Mignolet tried to come out and meet him, but the ball just clipped up over the top of him and went into the back of the net. So 2-0 up at half-time to Manchester United, and I didn't really see any way Liverpool could really get back into this game, especially if we continued that performance going into the second half, the last 45 minutes of the game. Nani had a great chance in the second half, as you just saw. How on earth Mignolet managed to hold on to that ball, I don't know, and bring it down to the ground as well without dropping. Fantastic save. Mignolet had to be on top of his game for the next 45 minutes, otherwise if he conceded, it would pretty much be all over for Liverpool, and there'd be no chance of them getting back into this, maybe even coming away with a draw from Anfield. I thought I was going to make it 3-0 here, as Rooney was bearing down on goal and he struck the ball with his left foot. Really needs to be doing better with chances like that. And Liverpool, they're kind of lucky that this game didn't end 3-4-0 with the chances that we did have. But we did win in the end, and we didn't concede, so that's the main thing. Robin Van Persie and Juan Mata getting those 2 goals for United, and 3 points added to the board. Then it was straight into the transfer deadline day, and with just 10 hours to go, there was absolutely no activity from me for United. I've already made all my signings. I brought in Shaw, Herrera, Vidal, and at the end of the last episode, as you guys saw, I signed De Vries from Feyenoord, so another centre-half, and I'm happy for him to be a part of this team. With just a couple of hours remaining, I did receive an offer from Southampton for Alexander Butner, 1.7 million. I accepted because he's not really part of my team anymore. I've got no plans for him whatsoever. And I know I keep meaning to say this in this episode, and I started it off with the game against Liverpool, and I'm sure some of you guys picked up on it. If not, well, there you can see it. My formation, I've completely changed it. So no longer is it the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3. It's now the 3-5-2 formation, the exact formation that Van Gaal is using with United in real life. Never, of all my time playing FIFA, would I imagine myself using 3 at the back. It's the same with United in real life. Who would have thought that United would be going with 3 at the back? It seems as though there's so many gaps, but you know what? It seems to be really working out for me at the moment. And it did against Inter Milan, as you'll see a bit later on. It kind of did in this game against Huddersfield in the Capital One Cup. But I think it was just simply because I was playing some of the youngsters that we didn't pick up the result that I come to expect. And look at this as well. I've never had this happen to me before. I didn't even press a button. It happened automatically. I took the throw and Kagawa just flicked it up over their right back. As you can see, he makes a right mess of it, doesn't he? Falling to the ground. But it was just like, wow, how did he do that? You know? Have any of you guys come across that? Did I press a button? I don't remember pressing a button. But anyway, it was just good, and I thought, you know, I'll go and have a look at the instant replay of that, just get a closer look at what actually happened. So we beat Huddersfield, we are through to the next round of the Capital One Cup, and here are the group stages of the Champions League. Group A, Juventus, Benfica, Lokomotiv and Ajax will all play against each other. And in Group B, you have Manchester City, you have FC Porto, Saint Etienne and FC Twente. My money is on City and Porto to advance through. In Group C, Chelsea, Dortmund, Lyon and PAOK. That's going to be an interesting group. In Group D, you've got Bayern Munich, Fiorentina, Dynamo Moscow and Anderlecht. Group E, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Wolfsburg and Genk. And in Group F, you have Barcelona, PSG, Schalke and FC Ball. That'll be a good group to watch out for as well. And in Group G, you have Manchester United. We will have to play Inter Milan, as you've already know. I've already mentioned about that first game. And we've also got Real Sociedad and Brøndby. Now up next is that first game of the Champions League against Inter Milan. Oh, how wonderful Old Trafford looks at night with the floodlights beaming down onto the pitch. There was my team sheet. 3-5-2 formation all the way. And that allows me to have Van Persie and Rooney up front with Mata in that number 10 role. Plus, it was fantastic to see all my top players fully fit for this game. So I had to come up with the best starting 11 I could think of. Vidal started. He knows what it's like to come up against Inter Milan, as he used to play for Juventus, as you know. We got off to a flyer against Inter Milan. We had that first chance from Robin Van Persie with just seconds gone of the game. Then, a couple of minutes removed from that chance, we made it 1-0. Inter Milan put into a state of shock after Juan Mata's diving header set by Wayne Rooney. I can really see this team benefiting from that 3-5-2 formation. Mata being in that number 10 role, it allows Van Persie and Rooney to make those runs into the box, making that space for themselves. You saw it on the replay. The centre-halves for Inter, they were just concentrating solely on Mata as he made his run into the box. And it just allowed Rooney to make that assist. And then, just seconds after that first goal for United, Inter Milan were back on level terms. It was Jonathan that took advantage of me making an absolute hash of the defending. I mean, look at Hummels. It takes out Nani, his own teammate. And Jonathan just converts that chance into a goal. Beautifully taken. Finesse shot, top left-hand corner for him. And they were back on level terms. And then just minutes after that, Wayne Rooney almost made it 2-1 with a good effective shot on his left foot. It was just one of those games. The chances that we create, the passing, oh, it's beautiful. I'm sure some of you guys have had one of those games that I'm talking about against maybe Inter Milan, maybe Juventus, whoever it may be. Everything was just happening so fast. You can see by the time at the top there, 18 minutes in, 2 goals had already been scored. And a penalty had just been awarded by the referee after Juan Jesus made that challenge on Mata, just swiping his feet from underneath him. And so Van Persie stepped up to take it. Everyone on their feet in Old Trafford, ready to celebrate. Could Van Persie convert this penalty into a goal and put United into the lead for the second time of the game? And he did. Under 20 minutes gone of this game, 3 goals have been scored in total. So many chances have been made, shots coming in left, right and centre. It was the perfect way to kick off our Champions League campaign this season. Not really sure what Guarin was thinking there, trying to beat De Gea from such a distance, but it just added to the excitement of the game. Nani had a great opportunity there. I'm kind of kicking myself now because I should have took a finesse shot instead of going for that cheeky chip, but the keeper was inviting me to do it because he was so far off his line. And he did get a finger to it. And they were just so desperate to get back into this game, to get back on level terms into Milan. And Icardi almost did that, but Luke Shaw did well to intercept that ball, give it back to De Gea, and he knocked that up the pitch. Seconds to go of the first half. Could United get a third? If we did, that would just end it right there. And Nani came so close on the volley. Good save by the keeper. I don't think it was going to go in anyway, so the keeper could have left it. Probably would have hit the side net. But this is where it gets good. This is where I really got into this game now. In the second half, Rooney there, good shot. We've got a corner out of it after the keeper parried it away. From the corner though, the ball found Rooney outside the area. He struck it on the half volley. Why did a Milan player have to get in the way? I think that might have gone in. It had a good chance. I think we would have beaten the keeper there, and we could have been 3-1 up. Rooney had another good chance here. 4-on-1. The keeper came out to meet him, and there were appeals for a penalty. Should that have been a penalty? Let me know in the comments below, and look at the passing here now. Vidal, quick, snappy passing, and Van Persie found Vidal. And Milan would be thinking, of all people, it would have to be him to get the third goal for United, wouldn't it? They thought they saw the back of him once he made his move to Old Trafford, away from the Italian league, but he's still there, haunting them. Grabbing a goal, making it 3-1, putting the game out of reach for Inter. Good finish as well, striking the ball low and hard, trying to seek out that bottom left-hand corner, but the keeper got a touch, deflecting it, but it still went in, obviously, as you saw. Kuzmanovic, I think that's how you pronounce it, for Inter here, as you can see, collects the ball and has a shot way outside the box, about 35-40 yards out, and it was going into the top left-hand corner, but De Gea pulling off a decent save. Welbeck, who came on for United in the second half to replace Van Persie, almost made it 4 for United with that first-time shot. Vidal was then looking for his second goal of the game, striking the ball outside the area, clipping the outside of the post, and it went out for a goal kick. And Inter Milan, they were really looking shaky at the back. They didn't want to concede another. And look at this. Look at the space Vidal was given. Struck the ball first time as it was passed from Danny Welbeck. And the keeper saved, knocking it back to the post. And it was just not clear. Kuzmanovic then for Inter. Could have made it 3-2, but didn't, as it just went wide. Final score at Old Trafford, 3-1. Good way to kick off our campaign in the Champions League. And that, whew, is the end of this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully we could get some more footage like that. I'll see you all very soon for the next episode. Thanks for watching.